Hi there everybody, Dracula's daughter here again with, well, as you can see, been dragged through the hedge backwards, look again, see? And it looks like the hedge has been trimmed while I was in there, hence the fringe. Hope you're all okay. It's very sunny but very breezy, cold here today. Simba's just on his, God knows what he's on today. It's just unbelievable. So I've had a couple of wobbles this morning, missing my cat dearly, and doing silly things like, oh, you have to watch out for the cat, so don't step on him, because he was a silent ninja, bless him. So everywhere I was, he was, I'd turn around and he'd be right under my feet, just literally under my feet sometimes. So, you know, things like that, you know, brings it back that he's not here anymore and I'll never see him again. So that is very sad indeed. But anyway, so I'm making this video. Thank you, Simba. Go and lie down now, please. Go on. Go and lie down. I'm making this video in the light of, well, in the shadow of Philip Scofield coming out over the last few days as being gay, a 57-year-old guy finally coming out as being gay after being married for 27 years, having two beautiful daughters and a gorgeous, loving wife, Steph, coming out finally saying that he's gay. And people are saying how brave he is to come out, how brave he is to finally accept who he really is. Bravery doesn't come into it. Bravery does not come into it at all. Bravery means risking your life to save somebody else. That's bravery. Things like the you know, people that work as a fire. I don't want to say firemen, fire people. They are brave. They risk their lives. People in you know, paramedics do it, police do it. They are the brave ones that are out there, and even people in the army, even though I disagree totally in killing people and shooting them and everything, but the army, the people in the army are putting their lives in danger each day for us, and they are the brave ones. Coming out is not bravery anymore. It would have been, say, 20 years ago. It would have been 30 years ago, definitely. In the 80s, it was horrible. It was awful being gay. If you're outrageous and everything, the more outrageous you were, the more accepted you were in society, because they accepted punks and goths and things like that. But if you were gay, the things you were called because you were gay, just unbelievable. But anyway, so he finally came out, and people go, how brave he is. But I gloss over him because he's doing his thing now. But what about his wife? What about his daughters? What about his immediate family, his parents, his you know, he was a son, he was a brother. Well, he is a son, he is a brother, he is an uncle, he is a husband, he is a father, you know, so, and he is a nephew and everything, and all these people are closest to him. It's like being shot, it's or like being hit by a truck. All of a sudden, here's this guy over the last 57 years being a certain way, acting a certain way, and all of a sudden he's saying, no, that's not real me at all, this is the real me. And just think of the what's the word I'm looking for? Do you know, I can't think. Unbelievable. I just can't think. Old age. Just think of the damage left behind from this bombshell. Regardless, he in his statement he says that you know, with tears and anger and everything like that, with his immediate family, you know, and the love and everything, that is still going on, regardless of how they've sorted it out, regardless of how they've left it, regardless if they're sharing the same house. But according to social media today, they're not. He's left and she's not happy, and they've separated, and she's really bereft, which is understandable, because after living with someone for nearly 27 years, thinking that, you know, he's all happy and loving and everything, and to finally find out that that your partner's gay, is a kick in the gut, because you automatically think, oh my God, have we been living a lie? So everything he has said to me over the last 27 years, our vows, our, you know, every time he said, I love you, or every gift he's ever bought me, you know, it was all a lie. And the poor wife is going to be going over every single moment of every single hour of every single day that they shared together, to see where, if she could find the moments where you know, it was obvious that maybe she knew that he was bisexual. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's not the case. The case is that he came out in public over the last couple of days to say that he's gay. And you know, so and the aftershock of that is his family. They're the ones that have got to deal with this, and he's okay because he's finally come out, and it is liberating, and he can be his true self now. And usually when people do tend to come out and be accepting of themselves, they do tend to push the boat out really, really far. And maybe that's one of the things he's going to do. You're going to see him in the newspapers in the next few weeks saying, oh, he's with this guy, he's with that guy, blah, blah, blah. And he's been seeing this guy for over 6 years and whatever. But that's all well and good. But what about his family? What about the ones that are left behind? What about the ones that are left bereft? It's worse than death, really, because there is a grieving process, the anger and everything like that, all stages of grief, but there's no burial, there's no, you know, final farewell kind of thing, because this person is still on TV. That's my father, that's my husband, that's my son, that's my uncle, that's my brother. So, you know, every time they see him on TV, it's going to all come back. And especially with his wife, I feel that she, if she hasn't already, even if she knew that he was bisexual and he was saying to her, oh, no, I'm bi, but I'm with you, blah, 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 whatever, I don't want anyone else, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter, because he's finally come out as being gay. And the fact that it is just going to, well, the repercussions is immense. It's going to be immense for his family, and all he needs to do now is to ensure them that he never lied to them, that they are still loved as much as they were before he came out, and that every feeling he had towards his wife's death were true, they were right, and the fact that he is gay doesn't negate the fact that he did love her, and he had a family with her, and he had a life with her for 27 years. It is a sad thing for his family. It is a good thing that he's finally come to accept himself. That is all well and good. But what about his family? What about his wife? What about his children? We're all there going, oh, isn't he brave? Isn't he marvellous? I don't know how he could do it. Oh, let's have him back on stage doing Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, blah, 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 and whatever like that. But what about his wife? What about his kids? What are they feeling? What are they going through? You know, so there's no space for denying it now, because he's finally come out with it and said, look, no, I am gay. And regardless of any doubt or anything like that they had before, they could just push that aside and go, no, I'm just being silly. But now it is out there, it is fact, it is factual, it is out there, out in the wide, in the wide open, wide. And you know, so, but hey, you know, it's just for those to fathom out. But I do feel sorry for his family, and you know, so spare a thought for them, spare a thought, even though it is marvellous. Congratulations on him, and I do congratulate him on finally accepting the fact that he is gay, but at what cost to human lives around him? You know, so it is just so sad. Somebody messaged me yesterday saying, that their XXX lived 3 doors away from Philip Scofield in the 80s, and see young men go in there to visit Philip. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's why I haven't named my source, because if it's true, it's true. But like I said, my answer back was these things were well known in London. If you worked in that kind of community in London in the 80s and 90s, you knew who were and who weren't, and you just kept quiet. You know, so there's so many people that I could turn around and say, oh yeah, no, he is gay, because I was there, I saw them with their partner. But it's not down to me to out anybody, because I have no right to. It is their story. I have no right to out anyone. It is their story. It is their life. And if they want to tell the whole wide world about it, then it's down to them. It's not down to me at all. It's not down to anybody else. And this goes back to Philip Scofield again, the fact that he's come out as being gay. Does it matter? No. Doesn't matter one jot, one iota. Will it affect his work? I don't think so now. People are saying, oh, well, I posted saying that, you know, how awful, somebody said how horrible, he's just a coward and blah, blah, blah. I don't think he's a coward, but he is in the wrong for not at least sharing with his wife and family that he is gay, at least keeping it, you know, it's all bisexual or whatever. Keeping it quiet that way, all well and good. He should have told them instead of, you know, telling them just before coming out. So that's what's wrong. You know, and I've met so many people that have ruined lives because they haven't been true to themselves and therefore not been true to anyone else around them. And lives do get ruined. People say, oh, no, you don't get ruined. They must have known. You might know, you might think, you might suspect that someone is gay or trans or whatever like that, but actually suspecting and knowing are two different things. If you suspect somebody's there, there's still doubt in your head, so therefore you just think, oh no, push it aside. Like I've said, you push it aside, so it's not true, it's just me being silly, blah blah blah, whatever like that. And I reckon this is what his wife and his two daughters are going to be doing now. Philip's wife, Steph, and his two lovely daughters are going to be doing now, is the fact that they're going to be questioning every single thing that's ever happened over the last 20 odd years, 25, 27 odd years. You know, that especially with Steph being with Phil, and she's going to be questioning every minute. You know, every little bit of nuance, and she's going to be picking through every single situation, and his daughters are going to be doing the same. It is one thing being accepting of LGBTQ plus community at large, but when it comes to one's own, it is a totally different thing. It is a shock because you don't expect it, do you? So but yes, so I do hope that Steph and his two daughters come out of this okay. They're not too damaged or not you know, too you know, so it's just a hard thing to say, isn't it, really? You know, you are who you are, and hiding the fact from your nearest and dearest causes more harm than good, I feel. So while I applaud Philip Scofield for coming out and being his true self, I also berate him for dragging people into his life and lying to them. I'm not saying that he lied totally, but I'm saying that he wouldn't have told his wife totally that he was totally gay up until, say, a few weeks ago. The reason why this happened now, maybe because in the media over the last, say, 6 to 12 months, there's been people saying how bitter and how what an awful person he is behind the scenes and everything, and he's against this person and against that person. So maybe one of them tried to blackmail him, saying, look, we know you're gay, and if you don't stop it, we are going to come out with it, blah, 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 whatever. It could very well be, or it could be a newspaper, the gutter press, which which they all want to do, aren't they? You know, so like to dig deep and everything. And of course now they're digging back into, you know, so when Philip Scofield's on TV and he stood up against homophobic people that that they've interviewed on their programme, and so what? Does that make someone gay if you stand up and stand against homophobia or transphobia? No, it doesn't. It basically just means that you have intelligence and you know that being trans and homophobic are inherently wrong, and you are an ally at the end of the day, but it doesn't mean that you are trans or gay. And this is what the gutter press are trying to portray now. Or, you know, Philip Scofield slams homophobic people on show and everything. And, you know, every single host, presenter of that show have done so. So are they all gay? Are they? Are they really? Balderdash, bog rolls, and the other B word, yes, that I haven't got any of anymore. But anyway, so yes, so spare a thought to his family more than him, because he's going to be, every time he's out now with his showbiz chums, everyone's going to go up to him and hug him, oh how marvellous, oh wonderful, oh blah blah blah, whatever, and his darling wife, loving wife and children are the ones left behind to gather up the pieces of a life that they feel was a lie, and that is sad. That is sad, and I do hope, like I said, I do hope that they will find happily ever after. A lot of the time that doesn't happen. A couple of famous people, but in the UK anyway, famous people came out and it just backfired on them, and they just basically went off the rails and everything, and or backfired on them. So I hope that Philip Scofield don't go off the rails, and because it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, especially if you're in the public eye, is what's even worse. So, but yes, so this is all about that today. So it's going to be a shorter one. So, like I say, spare a thought to the people left behind. When we do come out, either trans or gay, we tend to be very, very selfish, and because then it's all about me, and that's how it goes. It's like what I want, what I've come out with it. I'm the one who's dealing with it. Blah blah blah, whatever like that. No, you're not the only one dealing with it. It's the people that are just dropped and left behind. They are dealing with the aftermath, the aftershock of it all, and that is a huge thing. So, but anyway, if you enjoy this little babble of words that I've come out with, please like and share and whatever. So, and I shall speak to you soon. So, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Oh, no, I'm still on. Hello.